Everyone told him this instrument would never make him great, but they were all wrong. See, Tommy wasn't bad at the flute, he was just different. And in a world that craves conformity, being different is often the first thing people laugh at. He wasn't playing the familiar tunes you'd hear on the radio or in a classical concert hall. He was blending genres, experimenting with sounds, and pushing the boundaries of what a flute could do. His melodies were unconventional, his rhythms were strange, and his passion was misunderstood. To everyone else, it just sounded like noise. "Why don't you play something normal?" they'd ask. "You're wasting your time with that thing." The criticism stung, but it also lit a fire inside him. While the world slept, wrapped in the comfort of their beds, Tommy was awake. The soft, silver glint of his flute was his only companion under the dim lamplight. His fingers danced over the keys, not just playing notes, but telling stories. He practiced scales until they were second nature. He worked on his breath control until he could hold a note for what felt like an eternity, and he experimented with sounds that most flutists would never dare to try. He wasn't just practicing, he was forging a new language, one that only he understood. For now, each night was a battle against fatigue, against the echoes of doubt, but with every note, he grew stronger. While they laughed, Tommy learned. He studied the greats, not to copy them, but to understand them. He listened to jazz saxophonists, rock guitarists, electronic music producers, and classical masters. He absorbed their techniques, their phrasing, their soul. He wasn't just learning music theory, he was learning how to channel emotion into sound. The laughter became his fuel. Every snicker was a reminder of why he had to keep going. He started recording his sessions, layering flute tracks, adding beats, and creating soundscapes that were entirely his own. He was building an arsenal, a unique sonic identity that no one could replicate because it was born from his own unique journey of ridicule and resolve. And while they quit, Tommy stayed. He saw so many others give up on their dreams. Friends who once played beside him packed away their instruments, trading their passion for practicality. They chose safer paths, more predictable futures. They told him he should do the same. "Be realistic, Tommy," they'd say. "Music is a tough business." But Tommy's reality was different. His reality was the feeling of the cool metal against his lips, the vibration of the notes in his chest, the pure joy of creating something that didn't exist a moment before. Quitting felt like a betrayal of the very essence of who he was. So he stayed. He stayed through the lonely nights, the failed experiments, and the deafening silence from a world that wasn't ready to listen. He whispered to himself, a promise in the dark, "I'm not quitting." You see, true talent doesn't need permission to exist. It doesn't wait for applause or approval. It's a raw, untamable force that demands to be expressed. It might be hidden, it might be misunderstood, but it's always there, waiting. It only needs one moment, one opportunity, one person to listen with an open heart. For Tommy, that moment came in the form of a small, independent music competition he found online. He submitted a track, a wild fusion of beatboxing flute, looped melodies, and a soulful, haunting solo. He didn't expect anything. He just needed to send his music out into the universe. That one track was his spark. It got noticed by a small-time blogger, who shared it with an indie producer, who sent it to a label executive. A chain reaction began, a quiet ripple that slowly grew into a wave. His music, once dismissed as noise, was now being described as innovative, groundbreaking, and visionary. People were finally starting to hear what he had been hearing all along. His talent didn't ask for the world's permission. It simply created a world of its own, and now, people were finally asking for an invitation. He got signed. His first album, a testament to all those lonely nights of practice, was a critical and commercial success. And then came the night that would change everything. The lights, the cameras, the biggest names in the music industry all gathered in one room. The announcer's voice boomed through the auditorium, and the Grammy goes to Tommy. Time seemed to stop. The name echoed, his name. He walked to the stage in a daze, the sound of the applause a roaring tide washing over him. This was it, the culmination of everything. He stood at the podium, holding the golden gramophone, looking out at a sea of faces. The same boy they had laughed at, the same kid they had told was wasting his life, was now standing where legends stand. He took a deep breath, the microphone amplifying the quiet confidence he had earned through years of perseverance. "They told me to stop playing the flute," he said, his voice steady. "They said it was a joke. They said I'd never amount to anything with it." He paused, letting the words hang in the air. So I played louder. A smile broke across his face, a genuine, heartfelt smile of triumph. The applause grew even louder. In that moment, he wasn't just accepting an award. He was validating every dreamer, every misfit, every person who ever dared to be different. He was a symbol of what happens when you refuse to let the world silence your song. So let this be a lesson. If the world laughs at your dream, if people tell you you're crazy, if they don't understand what you're trying to build, you're probably doing something right. The greatest innovations, the most beautiful art, the most profound changes in the world have always come from those who dared to defy the status quo. Don't let their laughter be a wall. Let it be a stepping stone. Don't let their doubt silence you. Let it be the reason you turn up the volume. Your dream is yours alone. Protect it, nurture it, and never, ever let anyone tell you it's not worth fighting for. Keep playing your music. Thanks for watching.